ChowDownChou or random gaming, depending on what you're
All
watching.
right, welcome to ChowDownChou, episode 2. And what's up, Arjun? Very glad to have you join us today. Say hello to the folks out there.
Hey, glad to be on episode 2. Kind of sad I'm not number 1, but I know you got your top friends.
Hey,
Not number 1. It's okay.
It's really hard to schedule a podcast with you because you
All
live
right,
in the Eastern
random
time.
first. I get it. You're trying to get in with those real estate
No, it's just
developers or
hard.
whatever. I get it.
It's 9 a.m. here and it's 9 p.m. there. That makes it very hard because I have to wake up early and you have to not go to sleep early. That makes it.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes it extremely hard. But first off, how's quarantine going for you? You keeping yourself busy?
No, I mean, I have spent like 4 hours a day playing Zelda, played some ball. Definitely getting
Played some ball. You're
just
not supposed to go out, right?
Just myself in my backyard, in my like driveway.
Oh, okay.
There's like a hoop there.
Just
like
yourself,
shooting, basically.
That's like the most sad thing. The saddest thing I can imagine is just you. There's no one on the street. You're hooping by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you're just shooting. I'm not missing all the shots. I'm getting better. I'm improving my form. But it's just like sometimes like there's like a fence right next to us, and then there's the other house. So like every time like I miss on the left rim, it goes like flying into the other person's house. So I have to like go stop it.
Okay.
It's a pain in the ass.
Well, glad to see that you're keeping busy. By the way, there's a light behind you. Is it possible to turn it off? It's a little too bright. It's shining right.
I can move this way. Is that better?
Oh, sure, that's better.
Because I can't like turn off the light. That's
fine.
Like one big general light.
Exactly. That's totally fine. Sounds good. All right. So you said you've been playing a lot of Zelda. Have you beaten the game yet?
No, I just got the Nintendo Switch a week ago. And,
I heard that it's so hard to get.
Oh, it's impossible.
So how did you get it?
Also, it's like a whole like process. So first, I used to just like check the Nintendo website. I was like, it'll come whenever it says like Best Buy selling. I'll just go on there, right?
Yeah.
You go on there and be like, oh no. Like I was like taking too long. I would never get it. So you browse right, and they're like, oh, you got to go on Zoolert. So Zoolert like refreshes like 20 different pages like every 30 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
And when it finds something, it's like it just rings a bell or whatever, and then you just go and try to buy it. So I tried to do that. And that didn't work. Then you kind of look in the comments, and then they're like people that are linking to like a Discord server. You go to the Discord server, and these people have like created a bot just to buy Nintendo Switches. So I was trying to buy it in the next like minute. Well, these people were buying it like in milliseconds. Like it's impossible to get it.
Okay.
And so I finally there was like this one time where the bots weren't working because Best Buy changed up their whole website in a sense like you had to put your phone code in. So I used to like refresh it every 20 seconds or whatever on my own, and then I just got it.
That proves you have nothing to do. You're just sitting in front of your computer and you're refreshing.
That was during like my RR week and like my finals week. Like I was literally trying to find like freaking.
So people have been saying, "Oh, college is so hard in quarantine." No, it's not. Just an excuse.
That's not.
Buy Nintendo Switch.
I think for me, it's not hard. Because I have nothing better to do. But like, if you're like working, if you're like gotta like help around the house or whatever, like it's a pain in the ass. You can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
If you have no Wi-Fi, like if you need like a good study space, like.
If you don't have it, Wi-Fi is pretty good for you. I can tell. I
had to like choose like a good. We had to like change up our whole Wi-Fi system.
Oh.
Because like there were all 4 of us who were like needed Wi-Fi because. My dad and my brother work. I was doing homework, and my mom like watches her shows or whatever. So like,
my mom watches her shows. What shows does she watch? I wonder.
Like Indian soap operas.
Do they air in the U.S. or is it like online? Like is this some kind of a Netflix?
Online, or like you can buy like a subscription, like to like 5 channels on like Verizon or whatever.
Okay. So it is.
They have they also have like Indian, like an Indian version of Netflix, kind of not like they have Netflix Indian shows, but there's like they're like streaming services in India.
Okay.
So, yeah, exactly.
Is it like really, really dramatic, like the telenovelas you see in
Mexico? Yeah.
Zoom
so
in
it's like
people's faces.
I'm sure if you like tried to figure out what happened within like a 30-minute episode, it would be like one event and like a bunch of people's faces like zooming in,
There's a bunch of
people
reactions.
crying, a bunch of loud music, and the music is so annoying because like whoever does the audio,
Yeah.
there's no understanding of like how to match the audio to the actual like word, the dialogue. So you have to like pump up the volume just to hear what they're saying. But then the
Okay.
music is like super loud in the
Okay.
back.
And is it in I don't even know what the language is.
Oh,
Hindu?
Hindi. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. So this could be a good chance for you to, practice your Hindi. Just go downstairs, watch a couple
Oh no,
episodes of
no.
Brown Boys for
I
Life with
I
your
I can
mom.
understand everything. That's not a problem.
Oh, okay. You
I just can't speak it.
Okay. Well, mimic the dialogue, Try to learn how to
Hindi.
communicate with your relatives.
My people.
It's the perfect time to do that. I always feel like this time is the perfect time to like learn a new language. If I wanted to learn a new language, this would be the time to do
I mean, I'm trying to find things to do. Like, I don't know.
it.
Like,
Have you
I've lost purpose.
yeah, we all have. But have you been cultivating any new hobbies? Anything you're trying now?
No. I mean, I've been cooking a lot more.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
that's good.
Baking?
I'll just baking. So I've like done like I just made like a really good coffee cake, which is like the first thing that was like actually kind of worked. I did like a cheesecake earlier. It's kind of okay. And then I do like a lot of chicken and fish dishes, basically. So.
Chicken and fish?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we don't cook a lot of meat in this like in our house. So like, like now that I have time and I need like chicken, I just try to make it.
Yeah. I've been trying to get into baking as well, and I baked a batch of brownies the other day. I put it in the oven for too long, and it came out.
Dry?
Well,
was it too dry?
No, they were not just dry; they were burnt, so they were like hardened. Yeah, and one was stuck in the container, and I couldn't scrape it out of the container because it's too hard. It's literally like Minecraft. You're like digging diamonds. Like I just kept.
Did you find a recipe, or would you do like a Binging with Babbage type like brownie recipe or something?
I just found a recipe online. It didn't work out.
Okay.
Well, it told me to put it in the oven for like 40 minutes, and I looked at it and I was like, it's not done. So I put it in for like an extra 15, and it just got completely messed up. So it's a lesson to stick to the recipe. That's what I'm gonna do next.
I tried doing a cookie recipe.
Yes.
But like when I put them in the oven, they wouldn't flatten. So like it was like a ball, and then it like kind of stayed like really thick, and then like it did not taste good.
You're supposed to flatten it, right? You're supposed to flatten the dough and then bake.
That's what that's what my mother was saying. My mother was like, just why don't you just flatten it right now?
Yeah.
And just like, but like the thing is, apparently that when you put a lot of butter in it, the butter like you put it in as like a clunk, and like the butter will melt and it will flatten.
Okay.
That's the way it should work in a sense.
But it didn't work like that.
Nope.
So it's just a big ball of dough you're just eating.
Basically. It's disgusting.
Okay. Well, for those of you that don't know, me and Arjun, we actually met at Berkeley. We both went to UC Berkeley. And the interesting thing is you were still there when the whole, shelter in place thing happened. Mm-hmm. So what I'm interested is in what were those days looking like the last days of you staying at Berkeley? How hectic was everything? How did the news come out, and how did students react? I don't know, stuff like that.
I mean, so the thing was like, I think like 2-3 weeks right before spring break, it like really became like a shit show. Yeah. So like obviously like the first like midterms, like the first round of midterms, which happened like around whatever, like mid-February, like early March or whatever. It's just like all these kids try to like create excuses, just be like, oh no, coronavirus. Can you guys postpone it or something?
Yeah.
Can you guys like not do anything?
Yeah.
And so like whatever. At that point, like I didn't really think about it. Like I didn't care that much. So I just went and took my exams or whatever, and I was like, okay, like I don't want to like, I don't want to like clobber them or whatever nonsense. Anyway. But then, like a week after that, they shut down all the classes. Right, everything went online.
Yes,
that was 2 weeks before
spring break.
Spring break.
Okay.
And so I already had a flight going back for
Okay.
spring break, right?
Yeah.
But then I would just like screw it, like I'll just go early. And so, but like in a sense, like everyone kind of knew, like
That this was
it was
gonna
the
happen.
idea of like a finality to it, because
Okay.
like
Everyone kind
at
of
the
knew
same
that it's
time,
not
like
gonna start
Harvard
up
and
again.
MIT like
Yeah.
completely shut down. They just said
Okay.
like leave, don't come back, basically.
Mm.
So we're like,
Okay.
it's probably gonna be like that.
Mm.
And then I flew back like Friday, which was like maybe the 15th of March or something like that. And like that Friday, then I flew back. They just sent us an email saying like it's gonna be online for the rest of the semester.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, it was kind of it's kind of very depressing.
Yeah, I'm sure it is depressing. Well, so you said all of you kind of already knew that this was going to happen. Like it's just going to be online for the rest of the semester. I wonder, was there like any like senior celebrations that happened? Did people know that they're not going to come back for graduation? Because I feel like that's a huge part, right?
Yeah. I don't know if we didn't really think that much about coming back for graduation. Like that didn't really hit in a
Okay.
sense. It was
It
more
was just
like
classes,
not
whatever.
going to see your friends again, things like that. Like it
Yeah.
was more of that. Like I didn't really think that much about graduation at the time. That kind of
Okay.
hit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were like a couple parties or whatever. Like I definitely went to like Triple Rock last night, last Thursday night.
Sure.
I did all that, and it was packed, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of just tried doing all that, and I tried to get the things I wanted to get done out. So I really wanted it. So I still have not been up to Campanile because I
Oh,
wanted to
dude,
go up to
come on.
Campanile. So I wanted to go the Thursday before I left. I wanted to go up, but it was
Okay.
closed. And I was like,
Oh, come
okay,
on.
I guess I'm not gonna go.
Well, you said you're still going back to Berkeley, right? Clean out your stuff.
Yeah,
And stuff like
I
that.
am going this Thursday,
Oh,
and because our lease ends on Sunday,
okay.
next
So
Sunday.
you're just
I'm
packing up your
going,
stuff. Where
packing
where
up
where are you gonna put your stuff?
in the garbage.
Oh, really? Do you have nothing that you're gonna keep?
I'm gonna go send my guitar back, like ship it
Okay.
back here. Any clothing or whatever, I'm gonna stick into like a
A
check-in bag.
suitcase. Okay.
Yeah, and then everything else, like I'm probably just gonna rent a U-Haul, just drive it to like a whatever,
Like a
like a dump.
dumpster.
Yeah, I
I
tried
do have
calling
a
some of those like whatever, those like
yeah.
Astro Hall,
What are you
owned
what are
by
you doing with your
19-year-olds.
hands? You are messing
Oh,
with something. It's really loud.
oh, oh, really?
Yeah,
That's my
yeah, yeah.
cord. I play with my cord when I'm on Zoom calls. Okay.
Well, now you know to stop playing with your cord. It's
Jeez.
freaking
Okay.
annoying. I just hear like swishing. Like, what's that? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I can imagine it being pretty depressing.
Well, how
Well,
was it in the army?
oh yeah, well, so Taiwan, I don't know if you've heard, we're actually one of the countries that dealt with it really well. I'm sure you
Yeah.
probably
No,
heard
I heard
somewhere.
it was like the best. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like.
So our lives haven't changed that much. Like in the beginning, it was like we tracked everyone who came in, and everyone had to wear a mask wherever you went. And now things are pretty much back to normal. Like our schools never stopped. Our like I can still go to the movies. I can still go to the bars. It's just people pretty much wear masks wherever you go, and you have to like wear a mask to get on like public transportation, stuff like that. But besides from that, I like my parents still go to work. My brother still goes to school, so nothing has really
Okay.
changed. So I feel like it's not really hitting that hard for me. Like I couldn't imagine your life or the life in the U.S. right now.
Yeah. I mean, I heard Taiwan was like the one people that didn't listen to the WHO. They were just like, no, we're preparing for this right now.
Exactly. Yeah, but I
And
feel like
so.
it's just a case of experience because we had SARS back in 2003, and
Yeah.
that hit us pretty hard too. So we kind of knew how to prepare for this type of stuff. Like we had our supply chains of like masks all it's all confiscated by the government, and we started doing this thing where you can only get a certain amount of masks, and you have to use like your ID to get it, and the government made sure like everyone had masks and stuff like that. So it was a pretty cool system. Like we reacted faster, and also because we're really close to China, so we kind of got the news before other countries that are farther away did. if that makes sense. But yeah, you compare it to the response in the U.S., it's a mess. It just does not seem like it's a good place to be. Like I feel like the mode that the U.S. is in right now is basically like, you know what, we're just gonna open, fuck it, let everyone
Yeah,
get
it's
it.
basically it. It's just like a fucking mentality.
Exactly.
Like I think like a bunch of states are opening up again, and like
Yeah,
I just saw the news. Like 11 states have like a resurgence now.
of
So
course,
it's like, what else is
of
gonna
course, right?
happen?
Yeah.
But
Well,
you just see like beach parties, like
yeah,
pool parties,
yeah.
like people going for haircuts. Like so, there were
Exactly.
two people who went for a haircut. I think it was like some Midwest state, and like they both were positively, they both were affected, and they like, touched like 200 people.
Oh my
Just
God. See, that's what happens, man. I don't really get it, but I guess it's so bad to a point where you kind of have to choose between tanking the economy or just let people get infected. And I
I mean,
guess,
people are sick of it. Like,
yeah,
I go
I'm
out and they're
sure.
like
Exactly.
obviously like a month ago, like the highways were empty, and now
Yeah.
they're like packed, and like everyone's back, like doing whatever they wanted to do, kind of thing.
So
Just with the mask, just with the mask.
just with the mask. Okay. So how's New Jersey doing? Like, is it opening back up when?
So I think like last week,
Yes.
non-essential businesses started opening back up,
Okay.
and things like that.
So
Um,
basically everything's back to normal.
yeah, I mean, except for schools,
Oh,
obviously.
except for schools.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
how has the atmosphere been? Like I don't know if you've been outside for much of the time that it's been reopened, but how has people been dealing with it? Like are people really scared to like get close to each other? Like what do you
I mean, I still find it like when I'm like walking or whatever, like people
yeah,
will cross,
okay. Yeah.
right?
Just
I
to
do that, and people do that, and
be
like
further. Yeah.
yeah, because I go on a lot of runs now or whatever, or just walk around the neighborhood, and
Oh
I'm still
wow.
like people are
Okay.
still like separate.
Okay. Well, you're getting in shape, getting healthy, going on runs.
Yeah, I mean,
Bit.
gotta look good, gotta get that beach bod in.
Gotta get that beach. I look forward to the day that I see you. I would love to see this beach bod. I don't even know
I
when
don't know,
that's
like
gonna be because I thought we were gonna see each other in May during graduation, but
hmm
that's obviously not happening now. So I don't know.
So what? Did you get the emails? Probably going to be in December, right?
Yeah. It's probably gonna be in December. Like I don't even know how that's gonna work. Like if you have to work, like can you like take a couple days back, like the weekend, just fly back?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can like do a graduation or whatever. I mean, you gotta take a day off, like
Yeah.
PTO.
I am. But I'm saying you. Like, will you
Me,
travel
I
all
have
the way?
no idea. Like I
Exactly.
don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. But you should though. I feel like that's such an important moment. Like I got to walk during like the smaller ceremony.
Well, I'm not giving a speech, you know.
Yeah.
Just saying,
Yeah. Thank you.
just saying,
Thank you.
Mr. Haas, top guy,
Top
speech
guy.
giver.
Okay, you gotta stop
I
playing
don't
with
know.
your cord, man.
It's like a tendency. It's like a nasty habit.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna call you out whenever I see you. But yeah, the Haas speech thing, it's pretty cool, right? I feel like that's a pretty cool moment for me to try out some of my bits, you know?
Oh, please don't.
I got a couple bits about got a couple bits about the social justice warriors. Time to bust them out. This is Trump's America now, boy.
Because I think the one
Anyways,
in December, if it did it in December, it's actually
yes.
okay. Because Haas
Okay.
doesn't have it. Usually doesn't have a December graduation, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna have one if
But like like if it's next spring, then
yes.
it'll kind of be like combined with like the
That's
next year.
stupid. Yeah. That doesn't make any
So it
sense.
has to be in December, kind of, because that's like still only us.
Exactly, yeah. And I talked to some of the people in the administration because that's who I am now. I have to talk to them because I'm a hot shot, right? And so they told me that the plan right now is whenever the school has a general commencement, the next general commencement, whenever that's if that's the winter or next summer or whatever, Haas is going to hold a ceremony right after it. So it's going to be like the original schedule. Just whenever the school has a general commencement, Haas is gonna do their own.
And how are they going to
Commencement.
deal with like if it's next summer, next spring,
Well,
like when 2021 is also graduating?
yeah, they haven't said too much about that right now. They just say they just said they're aiming for December, and the whole thing is still very fluid, and I'm sure they have to listen to what the school is going to do before they can make any decisions. And they did tell me that in order to avoid like people like what's the word, like congregating, I guess, they're thinking of doing like a maybe like a ceremony in the Haas courtyard where it's like outdoors and people can like stand apart or whatever. Like it's not going to be your traditional thing. So a
Yeah.
bad time to be commencement speaker, but
I mean, the less crowd there is, the more garbage you can say.
exactly. Well, that's not a problem. I don't care how many people are there. If I got
I
something
mean,
to
obviously,
say,
the
I'm
further
saying
it is, like, the less of an attachment it is. Because I'm already, like, personally starting to feel like, okay, like, I've missed it, like, let's move on to the new
really,
thing.
dude, I do not
But I
feel
thought
like
really wanted it to be in, like, August. Because I'd have been like, okay, August is okay. I can go back. I
yeah.
won't be working. Like, it'll be
Maybe
fine.
it will. We'll see how the whole vaccine thing is working out. If it like gets pumped out fast enough, we actually might have something in like September, maybe like early
Yeah,
September,
maybe.
something like that.
But,
I
like,
don't
as
know.
soon as I start working, it's going to be, like, obviously, like, when you start
Like
working, it's going
way
to be, like, a
harder.
whole,
It's
yeah.
gonna be way harder. Well,
At least you'll be in, like, SF, right? So
yeah. For me, it's probably easier. For you, it'll be harder.
you can just take, like, a bar over or whatever.
Yeah. But are you proud of me, Arjun, that I
Oh,
applied myself?
biggest shock of my life.
Really?
I wasn't even gonna watch the video because I wasn't gonna watch the video because I was like, it was just like,
Whatever.
oh, what is this, right? But
Exactly.
then I saw like in the thumbnail, it had like a bunch of names,
Yeah.
right, for everyone who's graduating. I was like, oh, okay, let me see if my name's actually on this thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
like, I actually
Okay.
graduated. So I started watching it. And I was like, let me, someone was
I
like, let me
know.
hand it over to Derek, our commencement speaker. Like, what the?
I deliberately didn't tell you because I wanted to see your reaction when it actually came out. I didn't tell anyone.
Oh my god! I was like, how would? So I told Prachi, right? I mean,
Yes.
she's like, no, she would not keep that from anyone. What the heck is this nonsense?
See?
Just like,
See? I deliberately kept that from everyone. I feel like a lot of people didn't see the video, so maybe I should announce it again on my social media.
I think as soon as the graduation is confirmed, we should announce on social media, be like, come out to my speech. It's gonna be
Okay.
bomb or whatever.
I can go with that, but God knows how long that'll be. I a Taiwanese newspaper interviewed me because I was going to be commencement speaker.
Is it the Taipei Express or something?
Well, it's not the Taipei. That's just bad. I don't even know what it's called. But anyways, the news is on Facebook. Some people tagged me in it. I don't know if you've seen it,
Really?
but
No, I didn't see it.
yeah, but it's about so I'm the
How do people
commencement.
know?
No, so I'm the commencement speaker, and I don't know. My mom probably told someone, and they probably told someone else who was a journalist, and they were like, "Oh," and they asked me like if I was the first like person to to study at Berkeley from Taiwan that is going to be the Haas commencement speaker, and I was like, I don't know. It probably is, right? Because I don't know
Oh,
that many
it's
people.
Riley's dad. It's gotta be Riley's dad.
Riley's dad. I can add. Well, he went to study MBA at Haas. We're talking
Oh, okay.
undergrad here, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I don't even know that many Taiwanese people who went to Haas undergrad. So I'm just gonna assume that I am. And now they're making a whole piece out of it, like, oh, the pride of Taiwan. He's the first. And now people are tagging
Wait,
me.
is it like a national newspaper, like a really famous
Yeah, it's a
newspaper?
national newspaper, yeah. And then people are tagging me and shit, and like all my friends are sending it out. They're sharing it. It's getting a little out of hand. And a TV news station asked me if I wanted to do an exclusive sit down interview
Did you
with
do
them.
it? You should do it.
No, because I haven't said yes or no because I was
You
like,
should confirm. You should ask Haas, confirm with them that you are the
yeah, I
first.
asked them,
Like,
but they were like,
okay.
um,
Do they even know?
yeah, like they don't know because they don't really like. They have a lot of Asian speakers. They don't know where they're from. They don't really keep records of like their backgrounds, if that makes sense.
I mean, if they have a list of speakers, you can go like just go
Like
through
search
them
them up.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like that might be what I have to do. But the news is already out there, so I feel like there's nothing I can do at this point. To plus, there's a chick who spoke at the engineering school's commencement last year, and she's also Taiwanese. And in her news story, she said she's the first Taiwanese commencement speaker for the for Berkeley in general, like any college in 150 years. So I looked at that piece and logically inferred, then I must be the first undergrad speaker.
I mean, it's possible. It's a pretty
It
good
is
chance.
possible. I think it's a pretty good chance. But yeah, you're talking to a celebrity now, so you should.
So shocking. Don't do something cringy on there. I
Like what?
remember a couple years ago.
Yes.
There was some Indian dude. He went up there and played the tabla, like the
Yes.
drums.
Last year, I looked at it. It's some like, I don't know. He's probably Sikh. I think he's got.
Yeah, no, I think he's Sikh, but
yeah. And he started
I
playing.
didn't listen to the speech. I just started like listening to the tabla. I was like, huh, this is
Dude. He
interesting.
started playing the drums, and he asked the dean of Haas to play the drums with him. I don't know what you call the drums, the little
Tabla, like
snake charmer drums. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So he started playing those, and he started talking in a very thick Indian accent about how we have to go out and change the world, and believe in ourselves. It was okay. I mean, it was not funny. I wanted to make mine funny. That's the whole point. So when I interviewed and when I submitted my video, it was all supposed to be funny. So I had like bits written into it. But when I was doing my interview, all of the judges were like really, like they were emotionless. Like no one laughed because there's only like 6 of them, right? So it's kind of hard to get them to laugh. So I thought I screwed it up. Like I finished the whole thing, they didn't laugh once, and I was like, oh my god, I like probably messed it all up. My jokes, none of it landed, and well,
they're probably like, oh, we don't understand this, but they'll understand.
What are you talking about? Oh no,
Like
they're all Haas people. Like they're Haas faculty. Haas
faculty. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they're all like you have to apply to be a judge. Like they're all like a panel of people who wanted to take someone out, and so none of.
Did you know any of them?
Your boy Harsahaj, he's in there.
Oh, he was on the panel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't get to see his face though, but I wanted to say hello to him, but I didn't. Well, anyways.
Wait, you couldn't. I mean, that's probably why they're probably all on mute.
Yeah, they were.
So that's why.
Maybe that's the case. Huh? I never thought of that. Well, thank you for boosting my confidence. Like I wrote my speech on a little notepad that I had in the army because I couldn't use my phone, so I had a little notepad where I would just scribble while in training, like lunch break or whatever. I would just start writing my speech. So.
Wow.
I'll run some bits by you. I'm always trying to improve on it. And
so there's no chance I can hear the speech.
I mean, I feel like there's a couple things that you probably shouldn't hear beforehand, but I did write some jokes into it. I can tell you, one of them. There's this whole bit about how I'm going on about the class of 2020, and I just said like if you remember freshman year, we had the Milo riots, and then we had the wildfires and PG&E shut down, and then now to the coronavirus. Like I feel like I should have like how to wear a protective facial covering underneath the skills part of my resume. It's like, gas masks to like fucking N95s now to surgical masks. I've worn them all, and I've gotten all the air attacks you can think of. But that was one of my bits. Wasn't that funny?
Delivery needs some work.
Yeah. I'm not gonna deliver it like that. Anyways, but yeah, enough about me. Let's go back to you. I feel like it's becoming a bragging session for me. So I want to talk about the whole PNP thing. After school stopped, they announced all the grades are turning to pass no pass. How did that affect you, or like how did that affect other students from your point of view, and like how did it change the final outcome of the semester?
Yeah, I mean, us being business students, like, do we care about our grades? Not really. But I did have like a lot of friends I do have some high school friends who were at Harvard, and they had the mandatory pass fail, right? So you can't choose to get an A or whatever, right?
Okay.
Pass. Yeah. And so people who were like applying to grad school or whatever were like super worried because they were just like, this could have been my chance to bump up my grades or not. I mean, who
Gotcha.
knows, right? Who knows?
Yeah,
But
who
like,
knows?
um, like what are they gonna do? Like, am I gonna get screwed? Or the people who get like optional pass fail, can they like
Get a
you
leg
know,
up on you?
yeah, like up on you, things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the general consensus like no one's gonna really care about it. Like people are just gonna like put a big X on.
Disregard this semester,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
I mean, for me, I took like the most like snaky opportunistic thing. I just like was just like, all right, I can probably get an A
Like
here
all
and an
A's.
A
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Yeah.
But like Berkeley was weird in the sense that like all the other schools were like, you can take your final and then decide.
Dude, that's insane. I cannot imagine that. Like I would be so pissed off.
So a
That's
lot of my friends have that. We're just like, oh, let me see what I got. Oh, I got a B here. Yeah, let me just turn that off. Or like,
oh
what
dude,
the heck?
come on. It's so stupid.
At
What's
that
the
point, they might
point
as
of
well just
that?
give everyone like a 4.0, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so you're saying Berkeley doesn't have that, but other
Berkeley's like
universities.
academic senate rules are that you can't change, like you can't decide after the final, basically.
Okay. But you can decide all the way up to the point of the final.
Yeah, so we had to do it the week before finals.
Okay. So that's
Decide.
basically good enough. Like if you're doing like bad in a class, you should be able to tell by then.
I mean,
Right?
the finals worth a lot though, and a lot of these
Yeah.
things like canceled their midterm or whatever,
Okay. So you're able to
and
make it all
so
back.
like the finals worth like 40 or 50%. So you had to do it then,
Hmm.
right? So you have no idea how you're doing. And some of my teachers didn't post enough grades for me to even decide. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna pass fail it.
Did you pass fail most of your classes?
Yeah, like I was in a bunch of like small, like 3 unit
Yeah.
classes. I was in like 7 classes. I passed failed 5 of them, and
Okay.
2 of them were just like
Like prereqs.
personal finance.
Okay. Well,
That's like
that's stupid.
multiple choice the whole way through. So I just
Is it with Terrence Odine?
yeah, and Fred Selinger, like Terry and Fred.
That's a good class.
Yeah, so that was
Actually, a
like
useful class. Yeah.
so that was good. And then Wazim's marketing class, I did
Fuck
that.
Wazim.
I love Wazim. He's my favorite.
Dude. Yeah, because you're Indian. It's the whole thing
He's not even
about the.
Indian, dude. He's Pakistani.
Oh,
He's not Indian.
okay. Yeah, big difference. Big difference, Arjun.
I really enjoyed how he looks at marketing. Like I think it's
Muslim Indian. Okay. Anyways.
I always looked at marketing as a sort of like creative, like so kind of
Okay.
wants to make ads or whatever. But he's like, did he like all do like that X chess player like strategy thing? He's just like strategy. You gotta know your opponents.
First
You
of
gotta know
all,
how to attack them, how to defend.
I don't
was
even
like,
understand what he's saying half the time because of the
What?
accent. So
Oh my God.
I don't know what's happening in class. And then he starts going on about how you have to participate in class. And I'm like, I don't get why I have to participate. Can't I just turn in my homework? Obviously, that's not acceptable. So I got a shitty grade. I wish I would have had, I would have used this semester to get such a huge GPA boost. Not that it matters anymore, I guess, but still.
Yeah, you had a job already. So as
Yeah,
long as like
you never know. Maybe you one day grad school, take a look at your GPA. It could be a.
nah, your grades are way too good for that.
You're
Can't.
oh wow, okay. Well, screw you. I had a decent enough GPA. Okay, I want you to know, above average.
I
Above
think you
average.
should just like cancel out your GPA and just say I spoke at my commencement. I'm good enough.
Let's make a T-shirt, dude. You have to be there. You have to cheer me on. I need to look over the crowd.
I want to be there, but it's not like nearby now. Now it's like I don't know where I'll be. Like, will I be flying out? Will I be in New York? Will I be in New Jersey? Who knows?
So what's the plan? Speaking of jobs for your upcoming job, you're working at Accenture and I'm working at EY. So like,
Wow,
what have your company told? What? What'd you say?
Name drop right there. Wow.
Name drop?
EY.
Oh yeah, thank you,
Big boy.
Big Four, accounting all the way. Anyways, what have they been telling you, and like, what's your start date? What's your location gonna be looking like?
So location is still New York, but they've been let's say minimal in their response, to say the least.
Okay.
It's just like yeah, we're still trying to figure it out. We want to get you started in the fall, but like a lot of my friends who are at Deloitte or whatever, they got pushed to like October, December, like November, December, January. So I wanted to start in August. So I mean, I don't think I'm starting in August. Like, there's no jobs in consulting. Like, there's no work. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
what are the projects? What are they going to
So
put us on?
so did they give you anything concrete? Like, oh, yeah,
They
it's
gave me
gonna
a goodie
be,
bag this week. I got some caramel popcorn,
dude.
some 2 cookies.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, I haven't gotten anything. Well, maybe because I'm overseas. Maybe they sent it all to Unit 1. I just haven't gotten it yet. But my job told me that, so they've set the start date. It's either going to be in September, like the late September or late October. That's it.
Which is
Those are,
good. So I was hoping that like
yeah.
Accenture would follow EY,
Mm,
but they're not doing that.
okay.
Clearly, EY and Deloitte are not doing the same thing because Deloitte's like pushing people back.
Yeah, my friend Corey got it pushed back to. He only got it pushed back to September, but he was supposed to start in July. So, but he also heard
That's
some.
okay. That's okay.
I think he heard some people in other service lines got pushed all the way back to like January. And
He's gonna start in July. Oh my god.
Yeah. Because he
Why?
had nothing to do. He also had a semester off, like me.
Oh,
He
that's
wasn't
true.
doing anything. So
okay.
yeah. Well, I had my military service, and I initially wanted to finish that and go to the U.S. for graduation in May, come back, chill for a couple months, and then start working in like early August. That's not going to work.
Mhm.
So now I just have like plenty of time on my hands to do this right here. Finally get it off the ground. So you don't know when you're going to start. Long story short.
No, I have no idea. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm highly suspecting a furlough, but I feel pretty secure about my job. Like,
Okay.
I feel secure that I have a job.
Okay.
Like,
So they actually sent us an email saying like, "Oh, you for sure have your job. Don't worry about it."
See, we didn't get that email. We didn't get the email, but they're very the wording makes it seem like you are secure. But they didn't like come out and say,
they didn't come out and
you
say
definitely
it.
have a job.
Okay.
Which means they're giving themselves like an opening to like slice us.
Okay. To slice us. Dude, yeah, I've heard some stories about people getting laid off before they even start, and that just pains my heart. As someone who was recruited very hard, that is going to be devastating. Like, I would be depressed after that.
Oh god, it would be rough. I don't even know where I would book.
Exactly. Like how are you gonna get a job right now, like in this market? No freaking way. Anyways.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Well, speaking on a more positive note, have you seen the new Louis C.K. special?
Okay, I guess it's a positive note.
Yeah, it is a positive note because it's actually really, really good. I thought it was fantastic.
For sure, he lost a lot of weight.
Like, oh yeah, exactly. I was like, dude, he looks skinny.
It was like that was also like a complete like shock because I was like a week into quarantine.
Yeah.
And then obviously I signed in for like the Louis C.K. emails from his website.
Yeah.
Whenever he like posts tickets or whatever. So it was like, hey, I got a new special dropping today. I was like, what the heck? A new special dropping today? Where did this come from? So of course I went, and then I forced you guys to buy it with me.
Exactly.
And $8. It was.
Well, he has been teasing it for a while. Like I've heard from like multiple sources, like some YouTube videos saying that he's working on a new special. So I knew it was gonna come out. But
I mean, I knew he was touring. I knew he was touring. Yeah. But like none of his like I wanted to go to a show, but none of his points were like he didn't go to California and he wasn't coming to like New Jersey.
Yeah. He's not gonna go to anywhere that people are gonna be mad at him. Like he's gonna go to the places where it's okay to jerk off in front of people.
What do you think of his apology or lack thereof?
Well, he never really apologized, and to be honest, I never really got like what is so unforgivable that he did. Right at the end, he just said like, "Oh, like ask again," like or just ask them, "Are you sure?" before doing it.
I mean, I guess
just
like
don't do it. I guess.
I feel like if you just heard it, like what he did, it would just be like, oh, it doesn't seem that bad, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like he did ask, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But like he was also like in a position of power, like
I guess, yeah.
over the other people.
That's the whole
But then there were
argument,
like
right?
some cases where like, oh, they were laughing while he was doing it. So I was like,
They were
well,
laughing. It must be.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the women were laughing like during like when he was drinking.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought,
So I'm just like, so I was like, oh, this is like weird because they don't seem like paralyzed either. In fact,
I
like,
really don't think he needed to, like, I think what he said in the special was plenty enough. He just said, like, we all have our things, and, I feel lonely sometimes. And I'm like, okay, like, that's understandable.
yeah,
Like,
it's definitely
doesn't
misconduct. It's definitely misconduct,
exactly,
right?
but it's understandable. Like, it's not
Yeah,
like that bad. And the fact that he still has a special with with an entire audience proves that he hasn't done like that bad of a thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure.
yeah. I mean, I think like his following is just so big, and like people are
Yeah,
just like it's because like Aziz came back right and did a special,
yeah,
and so like
yeah. The thing about Aziz, have you seen that special?
no, I don't
Okay,
like the stand up. So
I don't like his stand up too. I think he's horribly unfunny, and yeah, I think he's horribly
I
unfunny,
just
and
saw I saw the picture. And he was like wearing a rag or whatever, just
yeah.
on a stool. I was like, okay, I don't want to watch that.
And what I didn't like about it is during that special, the Aziz's new special, he made it a point to come out and tell his life story about how he has this problem, how he's sorry for everything, and he changed up his act, and it became sort of a heartfelt conversation. I'm like, no, if you want to do it the way that Louis did. You just come back and do what you do best, so that got people into you in the first place, right? I loved how he didn't change his style at all.
I mean, yeah, obviously like I thought it was really funny. Like I just rewatched it, and for whatever reason, like I found it funnier this time
Hmm.
that I was when I was rewatching it than the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, I don't know. Uh, I feel like he should have just said like I'm sorry or whatever, and just like moved on.
Be
So
done
like
with it.
in a sense, of like people can't say like, oh, you don't even apologize for what you did, kind of thing.
Nah.
Because like those are the immediate articles that came out. Like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
Louis didn't even bother apologizing or
Okay.
whatever. Like, but
I thought
it's a good thing he put it at the end though, because he could
exactly,
have
yeah.
started. He could have done it in the beginning, and then people could have just like
Stayed
heckled him
mad during the
throughout
whole
the
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I liked the way he handled it. I didn't think there was anything wrong. Like he said, like he explained it, you know. I think that's what
Yeah, I mean, I
matters.
guess it's like
And
his thing, and like there was no like there haven't been like any like remote recent cases like in the
exactly, yeah.
past like
Yeah.
10, 15 years. I don't even know. So
Yeah. And the what I really liked about the special is like I thought it was going to be less offensive because of what he did. But no, it wasn't. Like it wasn't. It was not in the least bit like different than what he was doing before.
for whatever reason, like what I did catch was that I don't know if he does this a lot in his old special, but he said like "I'm sorry" a lot when he said like a
Exactly.
particularly
Yep.
like
Yep.
vulgar joke, and I caught that. I was like, "Why are you saying I'm
Yep.
sorry?"
That was what
So weird.
I immediately noticed. Like he said, like I'm sorry a couple times after like offensive jokes. Like that's not what he used to do. Like I feel like
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he was trying to tone it down a little bit. Like
maybe he doesn't even
I'm
know
thinking
he's doing it. I don't know.
maybe.
I'm sure he knows. I'm sure they're very careful about the words they pick.
About the
Yeah.
words. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to slip that in there, make it seem like he's apologizing. I don't know. But there was a lot of bits that I really liked. I don't know if I could.
Did you have a favorite?
Oh yeah, uh I liked how long he went on for the about the mentally disabled people.
Okay, retarded.
Yeah, the whole
Okay,
retarded bit.
retarded
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
And he
Okay.
went on for like 15 minutes about it, so I really like that. And I really like um what was he saying? Like he said something about was it Auschwitz or something like that? And he said
Yeah.
like he said something, and at the end he just like leaned over and added Jew. Like I thought that was really funny. Like I don't know where that was, but I
Yeah,
thought that was really
he was saying oh yeah, people are gonna watch like buy tickets to see this thing
yeah.
as a museum. He said,
Yeah. He's like, people are gonna actually buy tickets. Like wrap your head around that, and then he turned away. He turned back, and he's like, "Jew." I was like, "Oh my god." I I love the execution of that, and it was Louis at his best. I don't think he lost a step. I would still
Yeah.
go to see his show, like
Oh,
whenever
sure. I would
whenever
totally
he
go.
whenever he comes. So let's go.
All of the shows are sold out like immediately.
I'm
Like as soon
sure.
as he came back.
Yeah. So that means he
But
still has a market out there. He can
oh,
start touring again.
but he was like at the very top. So
That is true. Like he was doing like movies and stuff. Like he was producing.
yeah,
Now he's just probably back to stand up, which is something like if you
he
look
likes doing it
at
anyway.
exactly.
Like
Like
it's not
that's
the
what Bill
worst thing that
Burr
could have
said,
happened
right?
to him.
Like
He
Bill
lost
Burr's
like
whole
he lost
point.
all of his shows, right? He lost all of his shows, his
Exactly.
movies,
Yeah.
like so
Yeah.
couldn't do.
Yeah. But that's like Bill Burr's whole point was that you can never really take stand up away from someone because like the worst that can happen is they go back to like a small club and do it. Like there's no like like you can always do stand up. That's
And
good.
he also has like the production budget to like make his own special,
Exactly.
like he
He
did
has
this
the
time,
money
right?
saved up
Yeah.
to do it. Like it's not a complicated like thing,
Mhm.
right? Like yeah, but speaking of stand up, I have been thinking of doing something in that realm lately
You've been
because
hitting up those Taiwanese clubs,
yeah, so I feel like this is the perfect time to like actually
Laugh
write
Factory in
something down.
Taipei.
Yeah, that doesn't exist, but there is a couple clubs here,
That
and I'm
cheap ass
actually
Thanksgiving dinner. Oh my
exactly.
god.
I actually want to try it out and have someone record it and just I'll show it to you. Hopefully my
Well, is it
bits are
going to be
good.
in English?
I wanted to do one in English and one in Chinese. Just do like an open mic in both and see how it goes. Um, I don't know. I have to have the time to write something up first because like
You
I'm
have
like
everything. You have like all the time in the world, don't you?
yeah no not really like I just took like a tutoring job, so I'm gonna tutor some like students and like SAT, so that might take up some time. And I'm doing this, so I should have the time though. I should have the time if I wasn't like binging shows so much. Speaking of binging, have you been watching any new shows or?
So I don't binge shows, but I have been watching Rick and Morty. Like that came back, right? Billions. I love Billions. That's
Hmm,
my show. Do you watch any of those? No.
is Billion any good?
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's
Really?
like Paul Giamatti, Chuck
Yeah,
Rhodes, and do you know? I don't know. It's based on. Do you know Point 72 Asset Management?
I have heard of it.
It's a hedge fund.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
So that used to be called SAC Capital.
Okay,
So SAC is Stephen A. Cohen,
okay.
the billionaire or whatever.
Oh,
So he like very loosely is represented by Axe in the show, like this
hmm,
white big hedge fund guy, and then Chuck
okay,
Rhodes represents like this the attorney general of New York
okay,
at the time,
okay,
and like their fight. So that was like the main
okay,
like loose premise of it,
okay,
but then it just goes like insane. It's
okay.
just a
I wanted to get
complete
into it,
insanity.
but it's like way too many episodes at this point for me to catch up.
Yeah, we're on season
Like
5.
5? Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
way too much. It's like
they're good. It's like
yeah, yeah. Well, any good show can. Yeah, I don't know.
but
I mean, it is
I
good.
feel like it's like a good. It's like not a show you'd feel bad about binging. Like, it's not like garbage,
Hmm.
complete garbage.
Okay. Okay. Well, 13 Reasons Why is coming
Oh
out with a new
Jesus!
season.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's horrible. It is
watch
horrible.
season 1. I watched season 1.
I watched season 1 and like 3 episodes in season 2. That's when I realized like this is complete garbage. I just stopped
Season
watching it.
1, like Bryce, he's like Bryce is the main guy,
Yeah,
right? He's
Bryce.
like
Yeah, yeah,
listening to
yeah.
those tapes, right?
Exactly.
And as
Yeah.
soon as he listens to a guy's tape, like about someone, he just go up to them and stare at them, just like each episode, just staring at people. Like this is so weird. And obviously, they would stare back. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this is
Like
so.
if it ended at the end of season 1, it'd be like whatever. Why is there a season 2? Like
What season is it now?
season 3. It's season 3. It's
Oh,
coming out. Season 3 is coming out. And they're saying like season 1 is about why the girl killed herself, right?
mhm.
Shouldn't it end there? Like what's the whole like there's like a legal battle in season 2. I don't
I
even
think
know
they
what
were
season 3
like
is about. Like
it was so popular. Like it was so popular,
dude,
right?
who is it popular
No,
with, man?
no,
It's
not
so
right now. Not right
garbage.
now. Like
Yeah,
as soon as it came out, it was so popular.
I think it was
Everyone
popular.
was talking about it, so it was like it would be foolish for Netflix not to capitalize that and
I
make a season
guess,
2.
but it's popular because it tackles like a subject that drums up controversy, and it
Mhm.
isn't that much controversy. Like it's not even. I don't know. Like, it's not
When
even
I
a
saw it,
good. Yeah. Anyways,
yeah, when
go
I
ahead.
saw it, it felt anticlimactic.
It is
I was like hoping for some like big fireworks at the end or
exactly.
something like super
Yeah.
like
So
crazy
my
or like
main takeaway from season one was that I expected much worse for her to kill herself. I didn't realize it was that easy to get a
I
teenager to
mean,
kill herself. Like it's
okay, I don't know
well, it's not
about
easy.
that.
It
Like
was yeah,
that's
yeah. Like
I
remember?
mean obviously it was traumatic, but it was like
Yes, I can.
I don't
Yeah,
know if like you need 13 episodes to make this show in a sense.
yeah, for sure. And like I don't know. I just feel like it was like you said, it was anticlimactic. Like I wanted something like horrible, like some sort of horrible scheme to happen, and there
Mhm.
wasn't. Like it was very well. It wasn't typical high school stuff. I wouldn't say that, but it was. It was like the whole rape thing. The whole sexual assault thing. That
Oh
was
my god.
probably the worst part, the worst deed that was done in the first season. Right? I think if I remember correctly, she saw um, a sexual assault happen. Right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Yeah, she
Remember she
was
was
like
like
in the
under the bed
closet
or something.
or
Yeah,
something
something like
like
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I thought it was gonna happen to her. Like I thought like that was the level I was expecting
Hmm.
of traumatic events, but it was her sawing something. Like that was basically the discrepancy in what I was expecting and what was delivered.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I
I've
mean,
explained it enough so I don't end up in on Reddit getting called out. But yes, continue.
I thought, yeah, I don't really like the high school drama shows because they always have like the characters are like stereotypical tropes, like
Yeah.
oh, the
The
football
jock.
frat guy
Yeah, yeah,
who's like obviously the bad person, and
yeah,
like
exactly.
oh, like the smart
The
Asian kid who
nerdy,
you should be friends
yeah,
with.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
just
or the
like
nerdy kid who turns out to be the good guy in the show. Whatever, like it's
yeah.
whatever. It's a show that I'm not gonna watch, but I have been thinking about getting into Succession lately. I've heard it's really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard it's really
I
good. Is it not?
I haven't seen it. No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I saw some of the trailers and I was like, this seems overly dramatic.
Okay. I don't know. My friends told me it's good. But have you ever seen this show called Barry?
Oh yeah, I love Barry.
Oh
Yeah.
dude, it's great. It's a great show.
There's
Like
not a
I
new season, right? It's the
there's
same
not.
like the first two.
There's not.
Yeah.
But I cannot wait for a new season.
Dude,
It is
the one episode, like the only one episode, like the martial arts like
yeah,
chick.
with the girl. Oh, I was dying laughing during the
It
entire
made
thing.
no sense to
I
me.
was
It was
like,
so funny.
this doesn't help the narrative a bit, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it. It's so funny. And no, I can't wait for season 3. I think it's probably the best show on TV right now. I'm not even joking. Like I think it probably is. Well,
I don't know. I can't even like. I don't even know if I can
like
like contest it or not. I can't.
Westworld, maybe.
No.
No,
Did you see season 3? Oh, that's the
I
one I
haven't.
should watch.
I haven't. I finished season 2. I haven't really watched
So
season 3.
season. Oh, you watched season 2? You got
Yes.
through it? How'd you
Yeah, I
think of
got
that?
through it. It was confusing,
It's super
but
confusing.
yeah, it's super confusing. There's too many timelines jumping all around the
Yeah,
place. But like at the end, I
it
got the
made
story.
sense,
Exactly.
right?
So like
It
at
kind
the
of
end, I
made
still
sense.
got the story. So it's like not.
I mean, to me, it was like too much.
Okay.
I remember like 2 years ago, I would like talk about it with my boss. I'd be
'Cause
like,
you're
"What
not
the
big
heck?"
brain like me.
I was big brain. Okay, I used to read like all the things and be like, "What the heck is happening here?"
I was big
And
brain.
so they toned it down in season 3 because everyone
Okay.
complained.
Of course.
So
They
he was
should.
like, "All right, it's a more linear storyline. Like it
Yeah.
makes more sense."
Okay.
But I don't
Well,
know. I feel like the lack of connection with the character. So because
we'll
they're all
see.
like robots.
I haven't watched it. I've been watching this show called Money Heist on Netflix. The Spanish show.
What is that about?
It's about this robbery of the Royal Mint of Spain. It's actually pretty good. Like so far, I like the show. but it has like 5 seasons, so 4 seasons.
Oh,
It's a little
it's
long.
like each season something different, or each separate. Or the
No,
whole
so
thing
it's
is
actually
the
about
same?
the same heist, but it's just like dragged out really long. There's a
It's
lot
like
of
an
stuff that
Ocean's
happens.
11 type thing. What is it like?
Um, kinda. I don't know. Yeah, and a little bit
Interesting.
like that. But there is one Taiwanese show that I think is really good, and it's only 1 season, only 8 episodes. So you should check it out if you have the time.
I will never do this, but sure. Have
You
your
should
moment.
check it out.
It's your podcast. Go on.
Exactly. You know what? I'm gonna put on some lip balm. Gotta make sure my lips are not chappy. Talk while I do it.
About what?
I don't know.
Jesus, what? Don't you have someone in there? You know, you've got all this production value. Some guy in the back just like powdering your face,
There's literally
combing
no
your
one
hair.
here. It's so shitty. Anyways,
Just enslave your little brother. Just be like,
well, he's at school. I can't do that. He's studying
God,
hard
I can't
to
believe you
go
guys still
to
have school.
to go to online college. That's what he's studying hard for.
Oh, is he applying to schools right now?
No, he's not, but he will be applying after the summer.
Oh, is he trying to come to the United
I
States
think
of
I
America?
think so. I don't know.
Another Berkeley bro.
He may be. Well, anyways, no.
You got all that like clout now. You can just
All
go
that clout.
straight up to Ann Harrison and be like, just whip it out. Be like, yo, my brother, or I ain't giving a speech.
My brother gets into Haas, or I'm not speaking. Anyways, no. Back to the Taiwanese show I was talking about. It's actually called The Victim's Game. It's on Netflix, so you'll be able to find it. It's really good. It's about
Okay.
this. Okay, no, it doesn't sound like you're gonna watch it.
I'm not.
Okay, well, anyways, it's about this. I'm gonna promote it nonetheless. It's about this detective who has Asperger's, I think, and he is investigating a string of murders. I haven't gotten to the end of it, but it's like gruesome
Wait.
murders.
What are the like symptoms of Asperger's? Like I don't really know it.
Like he's like spazzing out and he doesn't really like talking to people. Well, he doesn't spaz out. Like that's a bad way of phrasing it. Like he's just like shy and he doesn't know how to socialize.
Have you watched Monk ever? Do you know Monk?
No, I do not know Monk.
It was like a. Have you ever heard of Psych either, or like the TV show?
I think I've heard of Psych.
So they were on at the same time. It was like
Okay.
mid 2005 to like 2010 kind of era of like detective shows. So Monk, like it sounds exactly like that. He didn't have Asperger's, but he had like very like he was like OCD. Like, you know, very like everything had like ticks and everything had to be clean in the right way and something like that. Didn't socialize well or anything. But he was like super smart, so he would always solve the case. It's one of my favorite shows actually.
Yeah.
So the thing is that they just did like
reboot.
Like 12 years later, they did like a little quarantine thing. Because like a whole thing would be like, how is Monk reacting during COVID?
Okay.
And so
That's
he's like away from the Zoom chat. He's like spraying his computer. It's just like so funny.
That sounds stupid. I love how all the celebrities have nothing to do as well. Like,
yeah, you just see their big houses be like, yo, why don't y'all just stay home? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger's like with his cigar and his pool and his pit bulls coming up behind him.
Exactly. Yeah, they like do like a cast reunion on Zoom and everyone's living in a mansion. I'm like, dude, sure. Anyways, but yeah, that's enough about shows. I feel like just watch the Taiwanese show. I'm gonna send you the link. Anyways. So I don't know if you heard. This is actually a very interesting point because I've been tutoring some kids in SAT, and the UC, like all the UCs, actually stopped admitting the SAT and ACT from now all the way up to 2024. And what they're planning on doing is to introduce their own version of a test and have all the students take it to determine like their standardized test score.
Yeah, I saw that. So they're phasing it out over the next 5 years, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I don't get what the big deal. I don't get why people hate on the SATs so much. And if you're creating a new test, wouldn't that essentially be the same thing?
Like, are they for sure creating like a UC test, or what are they doing?
Yeah, I think their plan is to create a UC test that replaces the SAT and the ACT.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the it's odd because the original like the SAT or whatever ACT is like very it's clearly proven to be like um not equal for like minorities, right? Like because they
Yes,
can't get the same access to resources or whatever like that.
sure.
Exactly, right?
Yes.
Sure, that's fine. I mean, and so if they're cutting it out completely, I can understand that. But if they're trying to like
Create a new
create a
test.
new
Wouldn't that be
test,
the
then like
exact same thing?
unless they're trying to like, I don't know how they would create it unless it's based on like some sort of California standard like standardization of like education because it's like on a state-run basis, right?
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
I don't even know, but that's their plan um, of creating their own thing. Well, in my opinion, that sounds basically like, you know what, college boards getting all the money for the tests. People want to apply to UCs. You know what? Let's do our own tests. Let's not give them the money. I'll charge $10 a piece. Applicants come and take the test. It would be a huge cash cow for the UC.
Yeah. So
That's
like all
how
wait,
I
wait. So the
react.
kids who are like out of state or international, what would they do? What's
They
the
still
plan
have
for
to
that?
take the test. I don't know how they would take the test, but
Oh,
they have to take it,
see, I
right?
can understand if there's no test at all, because
Yeah,
then you can like
yeah,
increase, you can bump up the applications, right? Because then more people are going to apply, right? Because they're not going to be
exactly.
like hindered by their test, where they'd be like, oh, there's no chance I'm getting it right,
But the thing
which
about
could be
that is,
good.
yeah, it could be good, yeah,
More apps, like lower acceptance rate, right?
but I think they already have so many applications that without some sort of a automatic like system of getting rid of people, they'll never go through all the applications. If there's no test, that means they have to read all the applications. That's insane. Or use GPA as a
I mean,
uh as a
they don't cut out
criteria.
any application. I don't think. Like I
Yeah,
think they do read all of them. Like
but
obviously
if
they're
you
like
yeah,
they don't. I don't think they have like a
like a system.
there's no like oh like a filtering. I don't think
Okay.
because they guarantee everyone like or like so at least one person's gonna read your application,
Yeah,
right?
but if you have like a SAT score of like 200,
Two.
like it's gonna take them a second, right? So there's
That's
really
probably
no,
true.
yeah. So at least there's some sort of a system in place, and if you eliminate the test scores, what's gonna be left is like the GPA, basically, like how you did in high school, and that's also like that can also be accused of being unfair.
I mean, I guess the UCs have been known to be like extremely meritocratic, right? So
Yeah,
like it's like 40% Asians, right?
exactly. It's all
So that
Asians.
could also be seen like the other way as being like, oh well,
We're just trying to
clearly,
fix.
clearly like Hispanics and like blacks aren't getting the representation. Because
Yeah,
let's be
well,
honest, there are not a lot of black kids at UC Berkeley.
I actually post personally, a couple. So,
But they're
and
not a lot percentage
yeah,
wise.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know. It's
I
just
think it's like less than like 2%.
yeah, it's like 1.7%. But
It's like very low.
there is actually a law in the California Senate right now that's talking about banishing what you said earlier. Like California in the state constitution, there's a thing that states that the UC system cannot use race as a part of determining who gets in. And there's actually a
Mhm.
law trying to repeal that. That's
That would
coming
be.
up to
I
the
don't.
vote.
That's not. I don't think they should do that.
That's
Obviously, I don't think they should do that. But
yes, but that legislature actually has a lot of support and a lot of opposition as well. It's like 50-50 because like all the of course I know like Chinese immigrants, like none of them want this to happen. That means their kids probably get less of a shot to get into a UC. But um I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of support for the bill as well. They want it, like they want affirmative action to actually be a thing in California. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I feel like this has always been a dicey subject for me. I feel like
it's a
I don't know.
dicey subject for me because I feel like a lot of the ways to like equalize people is not based on like economic backgrounds but race.
Mm,
So like in a sense, like a black kid who went to my high school, which is a very good neighborhood,
yeah.
would do really well.
Mm, okay.
But like they still had the same opportunities that I had, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, like a black kid from like a historically low poor neighborhood would not have the same shot I did.
Exactly.
But that's not that guy ain't going to Harvard. Like the
Yeah.
guy who's like sitting next to me is going to Harvard.
I
right?
get what you're saying. Like it
So
should
like
be something.
it should be like
Yeah.
based on economic,
Mm,
not like purely race. It should be like
okay.
an economic like history.
It should be like some sort of a like an accumulative factor, like socioeconomic background, or you could count race in there too, or whatever. Like it should be these things combined, not just race. But
Like, do you ever see those kids who are like, oh, like you get like a newspaper, some guy who got into all 8 Ivies or whatever?
yep,
Has it ever been an Asian kid?
nope, it has never been an Asian kid. Yeah, good point. So yeah, but race is the thing that lets the school boast its diversity. You know what I mean? Like
I understand. No, I understand that. So they can like, but that race should be coupled like with an understanding of like what like neighborhood they're coming from.
exactly.
They
I
should be
think
trying to go out and get kids from like historically poor neighborhoods.
there's a lot of
Not
problems
like,
with the whole system.
it shouldn't be like, oh, this black kid's got really good scores because he's like from a really rich neighborhood, so, and it'll improve our diversity quota.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
And they'll show that
screwed.
we let the poor kids in, whatever. Like, yeah, it shouldn't be about that, but it will never be a point where like poor Asian kids get admitted, because when you're Asian, you look
That's
like
also
you have
true.
an
That's
advantage.
hard. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
So
hard too.
it will never, like, I don't know. I don't see in a
You
short.
can't like you can't get both of them in a sense.
Exactly. So I don't know how this will change in the meantime. But speaking of this whole thing, I want to talk about. Do you ever watch the Patriot Act with Hasan Minhaj or Minhaj, however you
I mean, I watched
call
the
it?
first few episodes.
Yeah. So he actually did a piece on the whole affirmative action thing, and of course his view is like the, I don't know, the traditional liberal view of like, oh, Indian uncles, stop caring about if your son gets into Harvard and actually care about the people who like need help, whatever. That's not the point that I'm trying to make. What I'm very interested in is because every time he does a show, it seems like most of his audience are Indian, and he's using a lot of Indian references. Not Indian, but like brown people references.
But
So
it's not like he is like actively getting them to come. It's just they are the ones who self-select themselves to come there.
What I want to ask you is, how do people in the brown community view him?
I mean, I think it's like it's good to have somewhat of an Indian representation up there.
Okay.
But like the thing is like I'm just not like I don't find
his brand that funny.
I don't find Hasan Minhaj just that funny in general, in a sense. But I guess like it is nice to have like an Indian person up there.
Is he
and so,
like a household
and it would be
name?
like, yeah, I would say so.
Like your mom and dad, your aunts and uncles, they all know him.
My mom and dad know who he is. Yeah, but I wouldn't say what's it called? Like when I watch a show, I obviously get references that I know other people won't get.
Yeah, so he actually, I just watched the show and he talked about how in like brown bathrooms there will be a thing where you pour water on your hands and you just wipe your poop a bit. It starts with like a B, like a copper, like water, like
a lota.
Yeah. He was talking about yeah. He said like, oh, and he started talking about how like I think tissue like paper, like tissue paper is disgusting, like all natural. You just pour it on your hands. Like, is that an actual thing?
So yeah, that for sure.
Okay.
100%. Like yeah, people don't use like toilet paper in India.
Yeah, like, but I'm saying it from your point of view, like in like American brown people's houses. Like, is that a thing?
I think we still use a lot of toilet paper.
Okay.
Like the
Do
kids,
you have
like
a lota?
There's one in our house. Yes, I
don't. Oh, dude, yeah.
No, it's not like there's no like cup. It's not like a specific thing. It's just like any like mug or whatever. It could be anything. Like any like.
It's just
thing that can hold water.
Okay, so it's a container of water in your bathroom.
No, it's like thing you would like fill up with water.
Yeah. It's like a.
So it could be like a little. Water. It could be like a cup or like a little mug or whatever. Like.
Oof. Damn, I cannot.
But it's like the idea is like, imagine like you're walking and you walk in mud, right?
Yes.
Are you gonna use like a paper towel to clean that mud?
Probably.
Are you gonna wash it off?
Like a moist towelette. I don't know.
Like a moist towel wet. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's still
yeah.
wet. You would rather like you'd probably spray it off, right? With water.
That's
You
his
wouldn't
whole
use like a
point too.
dry,
Yeah, that's his whole
right?
point too. Yeah, but you're using
It
your
is
hand. That's the whole different thing, right?
just put some
You're
soap
using
on it, bro. Just use some soap.
you're using your hand to wipe off human feces versus scrubbing. Like I don't use my hand to clean my shoe. I use like a toothbrush or something, some sort of a
Yeah, just use a toothbrush.
an intermediary. Yeah,
Just
that's
take your toothbrush, just like
yeah. So there's the show is filled with brown references like that. It'll be like yeah, like that. That is the one I remember. And he did some shows on like Kashmir, and he did some
yeah.
shows
So a
about
lot of
like
the things are like about India, right?
yeah,
And so like
about
his but that's where like that's the niche he created,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's the difference. Like he needs to get some views. Obviously, like people do that for like comedy too, right? Like
yeah.
you
Of
go to like
course.
a Russell Peters
Oh
show,
yeah,
like
he's just
everyone's
doing
Indian.
accents all night long. Yeah, it's
If you go
not.
to like George Lopez, like everyone's Hispanic. Like
Yeah,
it's just how
exactly.
it is.
Well, and he did a piece on who's that dude called Modi? Um,
Well, John Oliver also did a Modi piece.
yeah, yeah. Is he still prime minister? Prime minister?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he is.
Yeah.
So he won
Yeah.
again, right? In
Yeah, he won again
2019 or something like that.
2019. Yeah.
Okay. How do people in like brown people in America view him? Like, is he a popular figure, or is he like a Trump? Like, we all hate him because we're liberals or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, I'm not like super well versed in like
Yes.
Indian politics, to be honest, but like when he came first, like in 2014, remember when he first got elected?
Yeah.
There was like a lot of hype around him.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was kind of, I feel it was like similar to like an Obama thing. Like when he came in, there was like a lot of hype.
Yeah.
And, like what you actually saw was like,
Eh.
okay. It was okay.
Okay.
And plus he had like some big things like demonetization or whatever, which was like, and he had like a lot of controversy in his past.
Yeah.
Like for some riots and things like that. So.
Yeah.
Because he's like a Hindu nationalist in a sense.
He is, yeah.
So
he wants everyone to believe in Hinduism.
So that's like obviously like secular and state, like like it's not like
exactly.
just like a separation between state and religion. So.
Oh well, whatever. It's
again, I'm not going to go that far into that because I don't really know enough.
Yeah, and it's not really part of my problem. What happens in India stays in India. I don't think it's anyone.
Yeah, I mean, you got to worry about like I don't know, Xi Jinping or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I got more pressing things to worry about. I'm technically still like a reserve private. So if war ever breaks out, I'm gonna have to put on my helmet and my utility belt, and carry out my rifle.
You still have your you still have like your gear or whatever? Or do you have to give it back?
All like most of it I have to give back. I did keep my army uniform. I don't have the pants. I just have like the top. Like that's it. And yeah, and I have like that's it. Like you're not allowed to take anything out because you have to like people are gonna use those things like after you. Like other new recruits are gonna.
Yeah.
But I've made some friends in the army. It's actually a pretty cool time.
Remember, you used to say like you want to be one of those like old guys who like go back and talk about their old days with like their old crew or whatever. Like
with their old crew, yeah, exactly. Like I feel like that would be like super cool. But
do you have one of those? Do you think?
Yeah, I feel
like a small group of people.
Oh yeah.
Like kind of like
so like we get broken into like squads. I guess you could call it a squad. Each squad has like 13 people, like 12 to 13 people. And our squad and another squad, we're what's called like the armory squad. Like we're supposed to be in charge of like all the heavy weaponry, and we're supposed to clean the weapons and like upkeep, like maintenance of the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got really close with the other squad and the people in my squad because like there would be days where we would get locked in a room all together and just like clean guns like for the entire day. Like just break them out and like clean it with like a tube, like a brush, polish it. Like that's what we'll do all day. And we'll just there's nothing else to do, so we'll just like talk during. Like you get pretty tight with people if there's like nothing else to do. Like without a phone, like we would just talk, like get to know each other. You know?
Yes. How was that? Like I would send you a message and then like wait 2 weeks and get a response and be like,
exactly.
Right.
Like I wouldn't be able to get my phone. Like they literally take your phone and they lock it in like a box. and they
Do you
return
feel
it to you.
freer now? Like, do you feel less like consumed by
Oh, of
social
course.
media or no? Or do you
Um,
just go back immediately to like what you were doing?
I feel like I'm going back. Like it's gradually going back. Like when I've like in the army, we wake up at 5:30 a.m. every morning. So when I first got
Jesus.
home, I would wake up at like 6. I would wake up at like 6:37, and now it's gradually becoming later. Like I'm like moving towards noon in a slow pace. Like I would wake up at 9:30 now. Very soon it'll be like 10:30, and very soon it'll be like 1 p.m.
That's only because you have no like structure, kind of.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
I feel like if you went straight to work, you'd be okay.
Yeah. And I also realized like having a very regular like routine makes you feel healthier because I slept at the same time, woke up at the same time, worked out, and ate at the same time. Like it just made me feel like I'm not so tired all the time. Like when I was in Berkeley, I would feel like so freaking tired all the time. I just want to take naps. But
You're
now I
out there
feel like,
playing like freaking, I don't even know, Last of Us at like 2 a.m. I don't even know.
what did you say? What was
The
I
Last
playing?
of Us.
The
Like The
Last of
Last of Us.
Us?
I don't even know what you were playing. Some
Dude,
nonsense video
yeah, you
games.
make me sound like I'm just playing video games, all right? I haven't even
So you
touched my
did.
PS4 in a while.
No.
That's not true. You should check out my gaming channel. I have a couple gaming videos coming out.
Put the plug right now. Link
Yeah,
below.
yeah.
Link on description. Yeah.
Link in description. I'll send you the link. You should definitely.
Everyone smash that like button.
Dude, I have Warzone funny moments videos. That's what I'm saying. We should play Warzone. We
You're
should
gonna make.
definitely
Oh,
play
you have
Warzone.
one of those?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
put
I
one
have a
up?
couple.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll send it the
Oh.
link to you. Watch it, and I need squad mates. Like I always need new squad mates so that I can have like good conversation during gameplay. So no, we should actually play.
That's the thing about like a gaming channel is I was talking about with my other friends like, oh, they're all like,
Yeah.
oh, we should make a gaming channel. I mean, like, it's like first of all, like we're like okay at the game. I wouldn't say any of us are
That
really
is true.
good, and
Yeah.
besides that, we're not like also we're not like cracking jokes during the game. You know what I'm saying? It's
Well,
like
we should be.
you should be. So that I think that's like a
Exactly.
thing you think about. It's like
Yeah.
a like I'm sure like me playing that game is like hella boring. I'm just like constantly like plus I don't have like an
Concentrating.
exterior mouse, right? So I'm using the trackpad, which is such a pain
Oh
because
my
I have to click
god.
on the territory, then I have to click on the arrow, then I have to like drag the little thingy to see like how anything. So I feel like my right arm and my left
You're
hand are getting
using the
very
trackpad?
yeah. I don't have an external mouse. I just never bought one. I've never
Well,
needed
go
one.
buy one. That is so like that's $10. That's nothing. Ship one from Amazon right now. Or else how can I play Warzone with you when you're using the trackpad?
I'm okay. I'm not bad.
Okay.
Wait, what level did you like? Did you guys unlock all the things? Did you buy like the unlimited maps pack or whatever?
No.
Did,
No.
oh, you just find it. Did
Yeah.
you run out of good maps? You like ran out of good maps, kind of.
Hang on. Are we talking about the same game?
Are you?
Hang
What
on.
kind of Warzone are you talking? Are
What
you
kind
talking
of
about Call
Warzone
of
are you
Duty
talking about?
Warzone?
Yeah, I'm talking about Call of Duty Warzone. Of course that's what I'm talking about. What are you talking about?
No, 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 no,
Okay.
no.
It's a huge
I'm talking about
misunderstanding.
like Risk. Do you know Risk?
I have no clue what Risk is.
Not Risk. The like the it's like a online like you use armies to create an empire.
Oh, it's one of those things, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so loud.
What happened?
What did you just do?
Nothing.
Okay.
I just moved my chair.
Yeah, that sounded like the ceiling was crashing in.
Oh,
Anyways.
maybe my
Okay,
audio
well.
just like screwed up for a little.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, so I guess we
Can't
won't
believe
be
you're
playing
playing.
Warzone.
No.
No, but what I'm saying is we should definitely make something happen. Me, you, and Ryan just hop online, play something stupid like Scriblio,
Yeah.
Pictionary.
Scriblio. I love
Yeah,
Scriblio.
yeah. We can play
NSFW
Scriblio.
packet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we should definitely do that. And I'll just record the whole thing. We can make a video out of it. That'd be funny.
Yeah. So I should be seeing Ryan this weekend because we're both going to be in Berkeley to clean up the apartment.
Okay. Well,
we can always do something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we can do something like that. I mean, like I'll text group chat. We'll set something up. I'm really like free. I'm sure you all are too. So
yeah.
You know, we'll make something happen. I was trying to figure out a way to record my screen and capture video at the same time.
Can you not do that?
Yes, I can. Well, it's just taking me some time to figure it out. But I'll be able to have it up and running, I believe, in like a couple days. We'll be able to.
Are you doing this
we'll be
all on
able
like a
to do it.
MacBook? Are you on a MacBook, or do you have like a? Do you get like a?
It depends. I also have a desktop, so I kind of like
Yeah.
use
Okay.
the two of them, like interchange it.
Because I don't feel like a MacBook would be able to like edit videos very efficiently.
It's not, but it's passable. Like it's okay, especially since
Mhm.
I'm not doing like hardcore editing, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like I'm just cutting like time and like adding like titles and stuff like that. So it's not too hard,
Hmm.
if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that
But
makes sense.
oh yeah, speaking of we were just talking about politics for a while. Um so the whole response, I don't know, who's the governor for New Jersey?
Phil Murphy.
Okay, so how's he handling all this? Like how's public opinion?
It's not like Andrew Cuomo type. I feel like it's like um what's it called? He's okay.
Okay.
I feel like he's just like following it. Like we were one of the first ones, so he was kind of
Mhm.
like following the steps of New York, and like he's
Okay.
opening it back up also kind of.
Okay.
But I
And
wouldn't say it's like I wouldn't. I don't see him on the television a lot. I see like
okay, that's good.
Cuomo.
Well,
Right.
yeah, speaking of Cuomo, I, dude, I think he can run for president real soon, man. With that kind of performance, like he's so famous now. He's
Yeah.
worldwide famous. Like even my parents know who Andrew Cuomo is.
No, I don't know. I don't know enough about him, but I don't think he was not the most popular.
Okay.
Like he definitely had some like glaring issues before.
Yes. I think if you like actually listen to his press conferences, he's basically like riffing. He's like Trump, but he like is more like well spoken. Like he would just be
Mhm.
like I don't know, like people would ask him a question and he'll just come up with like a decent answer. Like it wouldn't be like mind blowing, but he's at least like he's coming out every day and he's doing these things. I don't know. Maybe he'll run for president.
No, I don't think so.
He's a Democrat, right?
It's also weird because his brother is in
CNN.
he's on the media, so maybe he like there's
Oh,
definitely some
like strings
uh
pulled there.
like his brother might have to quit his job
Yeah.
if
Eh.
if he runs for president.
Oh
So I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Well, another thing that I thought was really interesting that you brought up was about wearing masks. Like, are people wearing masks now? Like, if you go outside, are people wearing masks
I mean, on the TV they're not, but yes,
on the
I
street?
see everyone's wearing a mask. You can't like go into shops without wearing a mask, basically.
Hmm. Okay. So, I think that's a pretty interesting disparity between the culture of like Taiwan and America, for example. Like here, because we are used to wearing masks and people already wear them before coronavirus.
Hmm.
When it first happened, people are like, you know what? We'll just bust out masks from our house. We'll wear it everywhere, and it'll be that's that. And that I think significantly helped stop the spread of the virus. Like, do you see this culture changing in the U.S.? Like, do you think it'll
I
ever
don't think
affect?
like anything's gonna go back to normal. Like, it just isn't like I
That
don't
is true.
understand like, but like I. But it's obviously true. Like where East Asian countries, like everyone was like a lot of people. It was more normal to wear a mask, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Like I.
I would always like look like uh poorly upon people in like Berkeley who would like international kids who would come and wear
Hmm,
masks. So like,
yeah.
do you realize you're breathing in like some of the cleanest air? And, like in Berkeley, California, it's like some of the cleanest air in the world, basically. And you're wearing a mask.
Yeah,
But now
but
it's like
it's more of a culture thing, right? Like when I
yeah. So
first
now
got
now
there,
I think a
yeah,
lot of people are gonna be wearing masks.
that's good.
It's
'Cause
just like it's gonna be like a whole thing to like change like.
yeah.
But I've started like when I go out with my friends, I don't wear a mask. Does that make sense?
Wow, you have friends in New Jersey?
I got one or two. I got one or two.
You got
Okay.
one or two? Babushka, whatever their names is. Babushka? I don't even know. It's just something with a
That
Kai.
crew, yeah, it's that crew. That's also the Warzone crew. We all play
That's also the
Warzone.
Warzone crew. Okay.
The other Warzone, not the Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah, that's so frustrating. That's stupid.
That's so weird now because I'm thinking. So there were a bunch of memes on like about Warzone, and I don't know if it's about your Warzone or
Oh,
my
okay.
Warzone.
No, it's Call of Duty Warzone. Okay, no one's playing your Warzone. I don't know
I
what
think a
you're
lot of people
talking
play my
about.
Warzone.
No, I don't think anyone's playing your Warzone. But You don't even have a like. You have a Switch, right? But you don't have like a PS4 or like a.
No.
Okay. But how's like what is like how is your family passing the time? Like are there like more family activities, game nights? I don't know, like watching movies
There
together.
probably
Like
should be, but
okay,
there aren't.
okay,
But there aren't.
okay.
No, we all just like we all just like kind of watch our shows or whatever. Like because like most of them are like working during the day, kind of.
That is true.
But like on the weekends, we just kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you?
Like, it just kind of gels, but like
Yeah.
there's no like I don't have to like more
Same.
activities. But we're just like all sitting there or
Okay.
whatever. We're just
Okay.
watching TV or whatever. Who knows?
Do you have you assumed any responsibility in the house? Like, do you like? Oh, since you're always home, like, do you buy groceries? You take out the trash, wash your
Yeah, I
clothes.
buy groceries. I do a lot of the chais, like the tea.
The chai. Oh, is that a thing? Like,
Well, someone's always making chai. So like when I make chai, I make a lot because I wake up at noon, right?
yes.
So at that point, like everyone has eaten lunch, so
Yes.
it's like a chai time.
It's like
time
a
for
chai
chai.
time.
So when I'm taking my breakfast chai,
Yeah.
I just make it for everyone, right? Because like then everyone's getting an afternoon one, and then if I do like an afternoon one, like they'll like drink a little bit too or whatever. So like
Yeah.
that's like my thing.
Dude.
But I also do like groceries. I do a lot of the dishes now.
So if I ever go visit you, do I just have like non-stop flowing chai in the household?
Oh, there's always chai being made.
Dude, there's always chai being made. See,
It's all so weird because
yeah.
like everyone drinks like a different milk in our family, and like
Oh, really? Okay.
my brother just doesn't drink milk in his chai. So like
Yeah.
if I make it for my brother, I have to like consciously pour it out before I add milk. If I add milk, he's cooked.
Okay. What's
yeah.
chai, anyways? Is this just black tea? No.
Yeah, it's like loose tea. You know, like tea's in like a tea bag, right?
Yeah.
Instead of in a tea bag, it's just loose. So you just like put some water and you just dump it in.
Okay.
You add some spices.
Spices.
And like ginger or like some like
really
cardamom, like
some
things like that.
paprika.
No, not
That's
garam
an Indian
masala.
spice. Garam masala.
No.
Anyways, I'm pretty sure Garam masala is where the Dalai Lama lives.
Yeah, that is where he lives.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds like a spice though.
No, it's garam masala. Do you know garam masala?
I have no idea what garam masala is.
Oh, it's like another spice mix. But,
okay. Yeah, that's.
But yeah, you just pour it in like a pot and you boil it and you put some milk in. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Tastes better.
Yeah.
Tastes good.
Okay, you have to make me some chai then next time I go visit.
Have I never made it to you? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure maybe I've drank it once.
I think I given it to you and you didn't like it.
Yeah, I prefer the chai at a House of Curry's all day, man. That stuff is good.
They make it the same way I make it.
Really? No.
And they probably have the good stuff. They probably have the, you know.
No, they're cheap. They're cheap in general, but
all these restaurants at Berkeley are probably closing. At least like.
Yeah. Speaking of Berkeley, like, do you know if they're gonna hold classes next semester?
All the UCs are gonna be open.
Okay, but it's like.
But they might be hybrid.
Right? Yeah. So, I don't know.
It will have to be online.
Like, yeah. How would that change? Like
I think a lot of people are going to go back. Like, I think a lot of people are going to go back.
Like, most people are just going to assume it's
go back.
Okay.
Like, if they're going to be paying the regular tuition, they're going to want to come back, right?
Yeah. And
they're not making it cheaper if you're staying.
They're not. Like, how do you think this affects, like, international students? Do you think from now on we'll see, like, less Chinese students in general? Because, like, Trump just doesn't want them. So, like, I don't know.
I just don't think they want to come here now, considering, like, they don't want to get infected, and they also like
that is true.
Don't want to pay the money for like an online school, and so like
that is true.
They probably just go to I don't really know, but like I obviously like Asia has very good schools like Singapore, and NTU. You could have gone to NTU.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, like I wonder, like, how is the viewpoint on the Chinese people right now? Like I feel like I've seen a lot of news about people getting like yelled at on the streets, like getting hit. I don't know. Like, is that a real thing? Like, do you feel like people actually have like
I'm sure that's a
like
real thing. I haven't seen it personally, but I haven't like
yeah,
obviously haven't been out. But I've seen it on the news. It's clear. I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna be affected by it, but like
yeah,
anyone from like East Asia is like. Plus, like Trump keeps like spouting this like, oh, it's the Chinese virus or whatever, right? Which
yeah,
automatically like makes you blame Chinese people.
exactly. Yeah, and
So it's like,
yeah, like I can imagine walking down like the streets of New York City or like on the BART, and, like some homeless guy just yelling at me about how I brought the virus over. Like I can see that happening. So I'm sure
oh yeah,
it's
I
a
mean that's the thing.
real concern. I don't know.
You
I feel
might have to
bad
deal with
for
that
him.
in SF.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with that. I feel like
Be like, excuse me, I'm Taiwanese. Okay.
exactly. But no one's gonna know the difference. Like even if you're Korean, Japanese, as long as you look remotely Chinese, like
Yeah, screwed.
you're gonna
Screwed.
get like screwed. That's just not
Yeah, I
good.
mean it's kind of like the like after 9/11, kind of like anyone who kind of looked Muslim was probably like had some sort of
Have you ever experienced that? No, you were too young. You were too young. You were like
no.
3, 4.
Yeah, I was 3. I don't remember anything, but it was definitely a thing. It was a huge thing.
Huh. Well, do
Yeah.
you think brown people will get bunched up with Chinese people? Like in this sort
No,
of hatred for Asian people in general?
no. If
No.
anything, you guys took our spot, which is fantastic.
Ah, okay. So now you can
It's
can
just
assume
out of
the
the way.
role of okay.
I don't need to
Well,
be compared to Osama anymore. Now it's just you guys with your virus.
Osama. You don't even look like it. Those are the Pakistani people. You're the good ones because you're not a Muslim, right?
I mean, when I have my beard on, it could be pretty bad.
That is true. What happened to what happened to the beard?
I shaved it. My mother doesn't like it. You can deduct, you can deduce what reason that might be for.
That is true. You look like a terrorist. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I get told multiple times not to go on a plane with a full beard. So
For real? Dude, have you ever had problems like going through like TSA?
no, I never had a problem. My name is okay though, like because I feel
Yeah,
like if my
it's
name was like
your
Khan
name.
or
Yeah,
something,
by the
it'd be
name. Your
like,
name is like as Indian as you can be. Like there's no
yeah,
more Indian name than Arjun Gupta. Like that's dude. Sounds like a cartoon Indian name that I would make up.
come on.
It is. It does. It does sound like
What's your Chinese name? What's your Chinese name
it's
again?
Chow Kai Young.
Kai Young.
Exactly. That doesn't sound that
That sounds like a
Chinese.
Street Fighter name or something. Kai
Exactly. It
Young.
doesn't sound like if you had to make up a Chinese name, what would it be?
I don't even know Chinese. It's gonna be like
It's gonna be something like really really bad, like
I just like put down like a bunch of dynasty names like Ming Hao, Tank.
Go Feng Me, something like that. Just some like stupid English word, just like taken apart. You know,
Go
like
Feng Me.
yeah, like I can already see
Han
that
Ching
happening.
Chin.
Exactly, like some stupid shit like that. You know what? You should go watch Mulan. That's going to come out soon.
I want
And
to watch it. It looked kind of
get
good.
yeah, get yourself acquainted with the Chinese culture. And, ask me about any references that you don't get.
I'll get the references. Come on.
No, it's like
I know, I know, I know. You guys like I don't know. You guys hate the number 4 or something. You love the
oh,
number
that is
4. I don't
true.
even know.
Huh? That's good. Do the Indians hate any number? Like a
I'm
bad
sure they
omen?
do.
What do you
I just
mean?
can't like
You are one of them.
I can't remember anything. I don't think like nothing comes to mind in a sense as much as like the 4 like the 4 in Chinese is like
That is
way
true.
more
You
prominent.
know why we hate it?
Gang of 4? I don't know.
What? What? What gang of 4? No. So
Mao
4.
Zedong? I don't know.
So 4, if you pronounce it in Chinese, sounds really like the Chinese word for death. So that's why
Can you
people
say
don't
the
like
Chu or no? It's like
it. Okay. So 4 in Chinese is si, and death in Chinese is si. So
so it's just a tone
yeah,
kind
the
of.
tone is slightly different. It's like the same makeup of the alphabets, but it's just different tone, and so people don't like it. Like when you go to like office buildings, they would deliberately skip the floor for, or like hotels.
Oh,
They just wouldn't have a. It's like
so it's like 13 here.
Yeah, it's basically like 13, and like you wouldn't have one on your license plate and stuff like that. But that's basically it.
Yeah, that's kind of a dumb reason, I thought.
Oh wow, okay.
They sound the same, I guess. Sure.
Thank you.
There's a lot of words that sound the same.
Wipe your poop off with your hands. All right. We talk
cleaner.
about. No, it's
cleaner.
not. It's literally not. It's literally
It is
not.
definitely cleaner.
That is legit how malaria spread, or salmonella, or whatever. Like you can't. It's you eating your poop, right?
No.
And think of people in India. They use their hands to eat as well.
What do people in China do?
I'm not talking about people in China. I'm talking about
What do people in Taiwan? Wait, what do people in Taiwan do?
Like wiping?
Yeah.
Wise? We wipe using Kirkland brand toilet paper, like normal.
Okay, before
human
toilet
beings.
paper.
What? Oh, before toilet paper?
That's definitely a Western thing. There's no way that's like a Taiwanese. They can't.
Huh? Like before toilet paper? Huh? We might actually have been washing it. I don't know. Maybe that is.
I'm surprised. So like all your life when you were young,
yes,
you guys used toilet paper. Oh,
yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Maybe not. Maybe not. That seems like for me it seems Western. I don't know why.
Huh.
It seems Western.
Huh. Well, yeah. No. Back to the whole thing. Don't people in India use their hands to eat? Like that's.
Some people, yeah.
That's not great.
There's a thing called soap. You know, soap like it cleans, disinfects.
No,
you should be washing your hands with soap a lot.
I would never be so confident that my hands are 100% clean. Like, dude, that's something you can't go back from. Like, once I wipe my butt with my hands, like, I will never eat with my hands. Like, I can never make sure that's, like, I'm going to have to, like, soak it in, like, Purell. Speaking of soaking.
Just get soap. Just soap it.
Yeah. Speaking of soaking, did you watch the new Rick and Morty episode? The acid one?
No, the most recent one I've watched is it's like one of the ones where they're like they make up shit as they go, like the improv ones. It was like 2 episodes ago. It was
like the Ticket Please dude.
There was
like
Jesus in it.
Oh,
yeah, that one.
Oh,
that one.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's
I was so confused.
Was
that a while ago?
Yeah. There's like 3 new episodes. These last 2 episodes I thought were fantastic. Like really good. Like the best I've seen in a while. Like the acid episode, really good. You should definitely watch it. It's on net. Oh, well, it's not on Netflix, but you should definitely.
I thought the train one was pretty good.
The train one was pretty good. It's a little bit confusing.
But that's one of those. It was like one of those the interdimensional cable things.
Yeah.
Where they just go on and they just start talking.
Yeah. So
they don't have a script or anything, right? So they just like whatever.
Exactly. So I don't know. It's a good show though. You should definitely.
I just thought when Jesus came, it was so funny.
I know. Jesus with the Ticket Please guy. Dude, it was. It's a good show. I just hate how they wait so long. For, yeah. Like I don't understand why it takes so long. Like
because I don't think I don't think the dialogue is that hard. Like the story is that hard. They can like put out whatever.
Yeah.
Pickle Rick, like did that require some outrageous amount of thought?
I don't think so. I think those people just have other stuff going on, so they just wait. Yeah, so we're back. We just ran into some technical issues. My computer couldn't handle the heat that the Zoom meeting is producing, but anyways, I think we pretty much covered all we had to cover today. So, Arjun, thank you for coming on. Do you have any lasting message?
I was glad to be here.
You want to provide for all the viewers out there?
Yeah, just smash that like button. If this becomes really popular, maybe I'll start my own podcast.
All right, there we go.
I don't know.
And I'm sure you will come on some other time. This will be not the last time we talk.
Yeah, as soon as NBA gets in full swing.
Yeah. We have to talk about the NBA, and now they're playing all their games at Walt Disney World.
Oh yeah, I heard that. We'll see what happens. LeBron's not gonna let go of this season. He's got too much on the line.
I know, in front of empty audience. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see how it goes.
He wants that ring, bro.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about the NBA soon. All right, thank you for being on.
All right, thanks, Derek.
We'll see you later.